What's going on, everybody? Okay, so update time. We've been doing this weight loss thing now since last Wednesday, and I'm putting this video up the day I shot it. So this has actually been shot, a week and 2 days after we started. Now we started, I think I was at 227.2. And then I think I did a video like last Saturday or Sunday, and I was down like 222. Had a few times this week I ate a little bit more than I should have. I didn't eat necessarily bad things, but I ate a little bit more than I should have, and I'll get into that here in just a minute. So let's get into what everybody wants to know right off the bat. How much weight did I lose from the last video to this video? And that's about 1.5 pounds-ish or so, about 1.5 pounds. So what happened? Well, total overall so far, we've lost almost 7 pounds. So overall in the first week and 2 days, I lost almost 7 pounds in that first week and 2 days. And I say we because there's a lot of people on here that's told me in other comments and stuff like that they're on this journey with me. They need to lose some weight as well. So that's why I'm saying we. I'm including you guys into my weight loss journey. So what happened this week? All right. So since the last time I did this big weight loss thing, I've gained about 4 years in life. So the 3 days or 4 days after that last video, I think it was like Monday or Tuesday, I started getting really faint, really shaky. I didn't faint or anything. I just felt really weak. I felt really shaky. I just felt really down, and I knew I wasn't getting enough calories in my body. I was listening to my body. If you'll listen to your body will tell you what you need to know. Now, hunger pains and just actually needing more calories are two different things. If you're just hungry and your stomach's growling, you're like, man, I'm starving. That's one thing. If your body is like telling you, hey, I'm shutting down, that is a different thing. Then you need to actually add some calories to your diet. And that day, I actually had, I think it was Tuesday, a big salad. If I still get that picture, I'll put it here, but I don't know if I still have that picture or not. But I had a big salad. I did take a picture of that. And then later on that afternoon, I still wasn't feeling great. And I had 3 chicken soft tacos and some chips with some guacamole. Now, the worst part about all that is probably the chips and the bread. The soft taco itself is the worst part of that meal. But there's a lot worse things that I could have had that day. But I tried to keep it as healthy as I possibly could. So that was my first big meal. Now, Monday, I just had my normal, 3 chicken tenders for lunch and then 4 chicken tenders for supper. Wednesday, I kind of had the same thing, 3 chicken tenders, but for supper, I think I wound up having like 3 scrambled eggs instead of chicken. I just wasn't feeling chicken that night. I do eat a lot of eggs in the process of this diet because I love eggs, so I kind of mix it up a little bit. Yesterday, Thursday, was another day I ate a little bit more than I should. Now for lunch, I still had my 3 pieces of chicken tender. But for supper last night, I got really, really frustrated. I'll tell that story. It's actually a pretty funny story. I was actually going to get my wife a Valentine's Day card. She said we wasn't getting each other nothing for Valentine's Day. I wasn't sure if that meant nothing or if that meant we're not buying presents, but we're still getting cards. So I wasn't sure. So since I didn't have one, I ran out to Walgreens to get a card. On the way, this guy just shot off a side road right out in front of me. He was flying just to cut me off to get out in front of me. And then he slowed down to like 15 mile an hour under the speed limit. And we drove 15 mile an hour under the speed limit for the next 3 to 4 miles. I might have been riding his tail a little bit. I'm not a role model, but I might have been driving a little too close to him because him cutting me off, followed by just locking it up basically right after that. It wasn't like I was riding his tail right after he pulled out. He slowed down so I could catch up. I don't know what his problem was. I was nowhere near him when he pulled out in front of me, and he just locked her down. So then he starts to turn off and he flips me off. And this is where I got a little childish. I do want y'all to know that I did say, but Mom, he started it, when I commenced to scream out the window at this guy and scare the bejesus out of him, and then he took off. So that had me pretty frustrated, the whole actions that took place right there. And then I drove like another 2 minutes to Walgreens. And when you pull into Walgreens, now this all happened within like 5 minutes. That guy pulled out in front of me to the fact, 5 to 10 minutes. I pulled into Walgreens and you have to go up the side and come around. And there's a drive-through like right here. So as you come around, the drive-through has a stop sign. Well, there's a lady getting her medication at the drive-through. When I come around, she just run the stop sign and pulled straight out in front of me like this, like diagonal. She wasn't even in my lane totally. She was literally blocking both lanes, and she came to a complete stop. Now, I had to lock it down, and I stopped probably about 10 inches from her, let's say, 10 to 12 inches. I was close because she literally didn't even look my direction and just run straight out in front. I was like, that's twice. And she stopped in the middle of the road and started reading her medication. Really? I had to back up. I was so close to her by the time I got stopped. I had to back up and drive around her, and she was still sitting there reading her medication, and I, to this day, do not know if she ever noticed me even driving around her. She was that focused on reading that medication. So after all that, I was just fuming. And I was like, these people just do not pay attention. And I was like, I don't feel like going home and fixing anything. I don't feel like chicken. I'm human just like you guys are, you know. There's no difference in me and you. I get frustrated and I don't feel like doing stuff. And I was mad, so I thought, I'm just going to go out and get something and take it home. So I did grab 3 more chicken tacos and a small thing of guacamole. So that was probably more than I should have ate because I should have just stuck to my 4 chicken tenders. But after all that frustration, I just couldn't handle thinking about coming home and eating grilled chicken tenders. I just couldn't do it. So that is why I only lost about 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds this week. Now, those are not great excuses. The first one was a good excuse. If your body's saying, hey, I'm shutting down, you need to listen to it. And, you should give it some more calories. And now that I'm used to that, I really don't get that hungry anymore, to tell you the truth about it. Now, after about 7 or 8 days into this, I'm really not getting that hungry. So that, second or third day into it, that was a good excuse. You should always listen to your body and listen to what it's telling you. Yesterday was not a good excuse. I take full responsibility for that. I let my emotions get the best of me. But like I said, I am human, and it happens sometimes. So yesterday I ate a little bit more than I should have, but there again, we still lost 1.5 pounds since 6 days ago, let's say. So since 6 days ago, we lost 1.5 pounds or just a little more. I'm going to do better next week. I'm also going to have a video up tomorrow talking about some of the snacks and meals I eat and stuff like that. So I do eat some small snacks in between there, in between the meals every once in a while. And if you eat little meals, more often through the day, they say it gets your metabolism up. That does hold true with me. It seems like the last time I lost weight, if I ate, small meals more often throughout the day, my metabolism got up faster and I could eat more food actually as I went on with the diet, and I was still losing weight. But that's where we're at now. We're down to 220.6 pounds or something like that. I weighed this morning. Like I say, I always weigh first thing in the morning. That's when you're going to be your lightest. So about, 5 o'clock this morning, I think it was, I weighed myself and I was at like 220.6 pounds. So I'm sure by tomorrow, because I've stayed on my diet today, I've not ate anything. I've actually ate less today than I have probably any day so far. But I'm sure when I weigh tomorrow, I'll be below 220 pounds. My guess is probably going to be around 218.5-ish by tomorrow. Now, tomorrow, me and my wife are going out for Valentine's Day. We're just going out to like Drake's to eat. So I'll probably have something good. Tomorrow is cheat day. So after I get off work, I do have to work a little while tomorrow after I get off work. We'll probably go out to Drake's in Bristol and have a good meal, and then back to the diet on Sunday. Again, I appreciate y'all watching this video. I hope you like these videos. I know weight loss is pretty popular right now for the first year and stuff like that. My other video has done really well at this time, which is what actually inspired me to start losing some more weight. So you all say I inspire you. You all, by watching that other weight loss video, actually inspired me to lose about 25 or 30 pounds in the next couple months before I go to Florida. So I want to thank you for that. I mean, I've got so many comments thanking me for this video, and I want to say a big thank you to everyone that's left a comment. And I've actually had people email me and stuff too, tell me very, very touching stories. I don't want to share those stories right now. I don't know if they would want me to do that or not, so I'm going to keep that just between me and them. But there are some very, very heartfelt stories, and I want you all to know that is what makes YouTube worth it. What little money I make off YouTube and the mods I do to my truck and stuff like that, that's all great, but what really makes this worth it is hearing stories like some of the emails I got and some of the stories I get in the comments, because knowing that I inspire people, or knowing I've affected people's lives like I have, really makes this really worth it. I know I've said that several times, but it really truly does. It makes this worth it. It makes what I'm doing seem important to me. So I want to thank you all for that. And again, thank you for watching the videos. Please like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.